Hello, everyone. I'm Chief Del Manak of the Victoria Police Department, and at this time, I'd like to call upon Chantel's uncle, Hjalmer, to offer the following statement. Thank you.
Thank you. Martha Martin and her family, who organized the event at the BC Legislature on September 18th, 2021, would like to begin by acknowledging the Lekwungen nations who have hosted and guided us over the last few days. Our event was guided by the words of Elder Joan Morris, who kept our hearts and minds open and looked to work towards a common goal for our children and grandchildren. The event on September 18th was to honor and call for justice for Chantel Moore and a number of families who have lost their loved ones or faced violence and brutality from police and RCMP in Canada. The goal of this event was to find a way to move forward together, not only under the name and memory of Chantel, but more her daughter, who has since lived in fear and anger towards the police and RCMP. Martha Martin has been waiting for police and RCMP to start that work, but she has noticed that wasn't going to happen, so she decided she would take the lead. The event, which was moved to the back of the BC Legislature, was a peaceful gathering, following the words of our Lekwungen hosts and in line with our Nuu-chah-nulth protocols. The event included a space for truth and stories by families and victims to be shared and witnessed, and then to be lifted up and honored by Martha's family. Martha and the organizers invited the Chief of Police to come and to speak at the event, to begin the work of bringing down barriers and working together. After Chief Manak had spoke, he was blanketed by our family and given gifts to acknowledge the relationship which was being created. At one point, after the chief spoke, a group of people not connected with the event approached Manak and poured a cup of liquid on him. This was witnessed and brought to the attention of Martha and the event organizers. The event was immediately halted, following Nuu-chah-nulth protocol, where the act was condemned. The MC spoke to how our goal is to move forward together in unity, in line with our protocols and our guiding words by our elders. This act, and any act similar, moves us in the wrong direction and is something we will not condone. Chief Manak was brought up on stage and, in following of our tradition, was lifted up, apologized to, and given acknowledgements to correct this senseless act. Once both parties felt the work was done, the event resumed. Songs, prayers, and stories were shared. Tears and pain were shed. And the start of important work was done. Following the closure of the event, returning to our respective homes, Martha Martin and her family were very disheartened to see the reasons and truths of the event were undermined without our knowledge. The pain was heightened to have our relatives and our guests who we were honoring used to create and gain angry press. The press releases and news surrounding the event for Chantel Moore on September 18th, 2021 spoke to the act against Chief Manak, as well as the rest which subsequently followed, taking away from the important work that happened at the event for Chantel Moore. Our family was disheartened further to see Chantel's name used to forward others' agendas and not in the direction of a better future. We are saddened to see releases and press focus not on the good work that was done, but on the actions of a small few. We do not agree with any acts of violence on either side. The event was planned and organized as a peaceful event. We cannot stand idly by and see that good work that has been done taken advantage of to create further division. In moving forward, we want to once again come together and turn the focus to the important work that we have ahead of us. Martha Martin has looked to highlight and call for action on a number of key elements following the shooting of Chantel. We should not have to protest and plan events such as these to call for justice of our family members. Going forward, we want to see body cameras on all police and RCMP officers. We want to see funding and action being put towards having a better and safe system in place for working with individuals experiencing mental health crises and wellness checks. We want to see any member of the police and RCMP who discharge a gun to be taken off duty until a proper assessment has been completed. We want to see trained civilian support to be involved in wellness checks. We want to see better diversity and separation from law enforcement for external investigations. We want to see further de-escalation training. We want to see changes to police and RCMP oversight structures to ensure accountability and discipline for individual officers' actions. We want to see racism and discriminatory acts acknowledged and acted upon. Kleko. Shoot.
I'd like to thank Hjalmer and the Chantel Moore's family for those comments. Now, I want to start by saying that what happened to me yesterday was inappropriate, especially because of where it happened. It happened at the Call for Justice event for Chantel Moore. I was so deeply honored to be invited as a guest of the Chantel's family as we continue to remember Chantel's passing while working to prevent similar tragedies from ever happening again. And that's the real disappointment that I have with what happened yesterday. It was a distraction from Chantel's event. Right now, everyone is focused on what happened to me. And I appreciate your care and concern, and that really does mean a lot to me and my family. But today, I'm asking that we return our focus to where it should have been all along, on Chantel and her family, and all of the inspiring work that they continue to do. I want to thank Martha, Hjalmer, Timmy, and the rest of Chantel's family for being open to including me in the work that they are doing. I'm a small part of the community that they have gathered to create real and lasting change with the goal of making everyone safer. The individual who attacked me yesterday was not involved in organizing of this memorial event and was not a part of Chantel's family. And I want to be very clear on that. While Chantel's family has apologized to me for what occurred, they don't need to. They are not at fault. I will continue to stand with Chantel's family as we work together to heal and to better the relationships that we have between community and police. And I want to say this, I will not be deterred from continuing on with that work. Thank you.